nonstop. From the plane to the fucking helicopter.
Yes, your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another double spending episode. Today I've got one I did last week live on Rethinking the Dollar. If you're not familiar with Mike over at Rethinking the Dollar, please check him out. He covers all facets of the economic situation we're in here in America and globally. Mike is very in tune with what's going on in this global collapse, basically. But this live stream was specifically about cryptos. He's more of a precious metals guy himself, but he loves to get all aspects of the story. So we've got Mike and Alan Henna, who is a DeFi guru. So I think you guys will enjoy some of the jewels dropped in this one. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here. Holla!
All right, RTD Q&A. We are live for an evening session. Excited to be back with two gentlemen that's very knowledgeable in the crypto space. And as I was talking to these guys before air, it feels like so much stuff is happening right now that, you know, a lot of people are being left behind because there's opportunity on the table. And so I wanted to connect with two guys that specialize in that type of stuff and give you guys a chance to share what's going on and what's hot, what's not, and what to stay away from. So we got Crypto Blood in the middle and Mr. Alan Henna on the other side. So gentlemen, how we doing?
Good, man. Glad to be here.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
glad
Always
to be here.
enjoy my time on RTD in the D, baby.
Yeah, man.
So Alan, I forgot to tell you that Mr. Crypto Blood, I think you know he's from Detroit as well. So if you didn't know that, so we got two Detroit natives. So
okay.
So I'm in Detroit connection again.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we live, man. So excited to be back for another live stream. And so tonight I wanted to just do something a little bit different because, you know, I've never, both of you guys know, I've never, you know, outright encourage and steer people in that direction towards the crypto space. But I tell people to be open.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know why.
So perhaps after tonight, I might have to shift gears. But the thing is, it's one of the things where if you head that way, you're gonna have to stay up on it. You know, would you say? Or you rather
yes or no?
in a bag and sitting on it?
I would say I'll let Crypto Blood speak up, you know, but I would say you have to. What's your thesis? Where are you going? Are you trying to go in and get in and out? That's a lot of what's going on right now. Or are you just picking some certain coins or tokens that, for whatever reason, you believe these are going to have some use in the future, and then you just hold those long term, or even you use them. A lot of what's happening right now with DeFi is people are actually using stuff. That's why it's going crazy, because people are using stuff.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, for me, I think it's pertinent for individuals to learn about this new financial system that's being built in front of our faces. So I think as a long-term play, Mike, it's very important that people start understanding what's going on. Now, the DeFi, which is the topic we're going to be talking about tonight, is a little bit more advanced. In most scenarios, they have some CeFi solutions that, you know, we can talk about tonight for individuals that may not know too much about what's going on. But I just think this is like a watershed moment. We see what the Fed is doing. I know you cover that all the time on your show. It's more important than ever to have people understand what's going on in the crypto space and blockchain.
Yeah. And let me add one thing to that, because I posted this on LinkedIn. Actually, the way I look at it is, you go downtown to any city, I don't care, you guys in Detroit, I'm in Pittsburgh, New York, you see all those buildings, right? Those buildings got people in there, and they got okay, you're right. But they built all these buildings, and I mean, honestly, the pandemic kind of fits into that on a larger arc. But what I'm saying is, you have all these buildings, all these people, all these legacy systems in there. I've worked in enterprise. The idea that the financial sector, the insurance sector, and even the healthcare sector is going to be able to rewrite anything, because it has so much legacy debt, technically and business process wise. So what's happening right now is you got DeFi essentially replacing people, buildings, and most infrastructure with smart contracts and developers and code. And this is the first iteration. So there's going to be a massive, we're in the very early stages of them rewriting how we perform finance. And then it'll be insurance. Like, part of DeFi, we now have like an insurance company in DeFi, and we can talk about that. But You know, I'm sure we'll touch on Yearn Finance and YFI and NXM and all that stuff. But that's today. That's not tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's not in a white paper. Like that's happening today.
Yeah, I think that the main thing that's different between today and this DeFi mania that we're going through, possibly a bubble. I talked about this the other day. A bubble is, you can't assess a bubble until it popped. Bubble is a hindsight type of call. You don't know when that bubble is going to pop. So I can't tell you that it's today, it's tomorrow. It could be 10 years from now. Like seriously, the difference between today and the ICO thing is like what he said. You know, the ICO game was a white paper, a nice website, some great videos, explainer videos, and a woulda, coulda, shoulda type of pitch. But with this, you're actually utilizing the blockchain. Like we're using the blockchain finally. You know, whether it's, you know, a bubble or not, that we're finally utilizing the blockchain, and I'm excited, man.
So watch this, man. Question. So are we witnessing the all the ICO mania from 2017-ish and that time frame there when things really went crazy? Are we witnessing the development of those projects? So this is a completely different wave.
Yes, in part, yes. In part, yes. An example is you look at ETHLend, okay? And they started out in like 2018. You look at Omisigo, which is OMG, right? They've been working for 2, 3, 4 years building stuff. Now today, ETHLend is called Aave. And if you look up Aave, I mean, they're like the gold standard. Like there's probably about 4 or 5 protocols in DeFi that are at the top 5. Aave is like in the top 1 or 2, you know? And they've been grinding. Omisigo is like, the next thing is going to be like what's called layer 2 solutions, where because it's so expensive to perform transactions on Ethereum, they're going to layer 2 where it's faster and cheaper. So Omisigo they're ready now. So now they got to integrate to that. So you're right. That is part of what's happening. It just takes time.
Yeah. So Ethereum, and so you touch on Ethereum, and so I'm hearing a lot of stuff about Ethereum, the gas fees because of the Uniswap, you know, version 1, version 2. So I want to find out about all that because I knew nothing about Uniswap until I saw a lot of tweets or whatever. But in Ethereum, it seems like that's the bedrock or the foundation to all this. But then there's other projects as well. So are there anything worth keeping an eye on as well, or what do you guys think? Outside of Ethereum as a primary protocol.
Well, I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna let him go. And I'll
It's actually Ethereum is the worst network to do DeFi. You know, unfortunately, you know, it has the name brand recognition. It has a lot of the projects that spilled over from a lot of the money that came in from the ICO boom. It's still here, and it was in the Ethereum ecosystem. So I think you're going to have a bias towards projects just going ahead and setting up on Ethereum. But Ethereum is not the best blockchain. You've got Polkadot is doing it. EOS is getting ready to get into it. They actually have been, but they're getting more notoriety and more attention from it. Telos is getting ready to get started. It's a lot of other blockchain 3.0 platforms or networks where the transactions will be feeless and instant. So just imagine when that happens, Mike. When we don't have to wait 2 or 3 minutes. I wasted the other day $140 on 3 transactions that failed. So I didn't even do what I was trying to do.
You better up that gas.
I did, man. I did. So it's just, it's crazy right now. I think it just shows you what mania we're in with it. But again, just because we're in a mania doesn't mean it will stop tomorrow. I think there's still opportunity for, regular individuals to really take advantage of this, I don't know, for the foreseeable future.
Now, we have, okay, before we answer your thoughts, we got a little super chat here from Mr. Vince Grant. It says, what do you gentlemen think of Theta Coin? And so, personal opinions on Theta Coin, anybody?
No, I don't mess with that. That's the video.
I haven't looked at it personally.
That's the video blockchain, I think.
So Big Swear.
I did look at that. That looks interesting.
Big Swear is really big on that, saying it's going to be the future of the internet. Like they're going to run all video platforms.
No, you can't say that about any project. You have to be very careful about saying that type of stuff in this juncture where we are, because it's just too early. You can't say that. So
watch
yeah,
it. Okay, not to cut you off, but
Well,
apparently they signed a deal with Samsung and all
that
the
doesn't mean
major.
anything.
now me
That
neither.
doesn't mean
Anything?
anything.
Okay.
That doesn't
Doesn't
mean
mean
Okay.
anything.
anything. That doesn't mean
Okay.
anything. I'll tell
No.
you why. The reason, so like Crypto Blood said with Ethereum, is right now is not the best blockchain for transaction execution from a speed and cost perspective, but it is by far the best blockchain for developers, for users, for tools to build. I mean, and people. See, you can always fork a chain, right? I can make a copy of Ethereum and be like, this is like Ethereum Gold, and they probably got Ethereum Gold. But the community, you can't fork people. You can't make people go to another coin and start doing stuff. So a lot of these other coins, these chains that are faster and all that, they might get some people, but all the building, I'm a developer. So all the tools to make stuff, the way these things are coming out like this, it's because all the tools are in Ethereum. Now, those other chains have to catch up, and they probably will. Cardano will catch up in time. I like Polkadot a lot, Cosmos a lot, but the way I view Cosmos and Polkadot is they're not going to, they call them ETH kill. They're not going to kill ETH. They're going to expand the reach because they're trying to build bridges. So if you look at what Cosmos and Polkadot are trying to do, it's come over here and build, and we're going to have a bridge. Now, could people end up going over there and staying there? Possibly, but at the same time,
they will. I think they will, man.
I'll tell you why I don't think they will. Because Ethereum is also building things that are going to make it cheaper and make it faster.
And that the 2.0, Ethereum 2.0, is that
it's partly the 2.0, it's partly all the L2 solutions. There's like 5 or 6. Like I spent last weekend playing with the actual L2 solutions. Like people talk a lot, but using them, they work. The problem is none of the apps, none of these yield farming apps, none of that stuff integrated with that because they weren't ready. But like now they're getting ready. So what you're going to see over the next 6 months, you're going to see everybody reintegrating to those L2s where it's going to be cheaper and faster. That doesn't mean Polkadot, there's going to be a lot more people coming in. Some people are going to build on L2. Some people are going to build on Polkadot and use that bridge. Some people are going to build on Cosmos and use that bridge. But it's not going to like take away from Ethereum. Ethereum's just too large right now. Look what's happening. Nobody's talking about Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah. That's a big thing.
And that's a critical point in this whole situation. No one's talking about Bitcoin, and that's good. I think that's good because now we're starting to see what blockchain. See, when I got into Bitcoin and crypto, it was the big B and the little b. You had big Bitcoin, which was like the blockchain, and little b, which was the actual coin. We're starting to see actual blockchain be utilized in a way I think is revolutionary, man. I'm excited. Bitcoin doesn't yield you anything. Just like silver and gold is not a yielding asset. It doesn't yield you anything. This blockchain stuff, we're starting to see, this finance spaghetti of just playing around in the sandbox. Just exploring different things, and I think it ultimately is going to be something great.
Yeah.
Remember the last time I was on, Mike, real quick. Yeah. What did I say that any coin or cryptocurrency needed to have? I said you need to be able to do tokens. You had to do smart contracts. You had to do governance, and then probably privacy. It's pinned on my Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you're seeing. What does Ethereum has? Smart contracts. You have tokens, you have governance, and what is literally the hottest thing right now? The hottest coin right now is Yearn Finance. I mean, other than Ethereum itself, YFI, it went from 0 to like 36,000 in like a month and a half or something, or a month.
So right? Once again, other than
that's the governance token.
So I watched it. So other than me seeing the results of what happened, I didn't know nothing about it. So break that down and explain that to exactly what the hell is going on with that one.
So what happened was there's a developer, Andre, I think it's Andre Cronje. I probably butchered his name, but he's been in crypto for some time and he's a developer, and he put out something one day and he said, here's this coin, we're going to use it for governance, and I'm going to make these yield bots, essentially. It's automated market making, yield generating bots, and I'm going to write them, and then the community's going to tell me where to go. Well, he just started writing a bunch of code, creating vaults and ways for people, as Crypto Blood said, to get yield. So I deposit different coins, whether it be Ethereum, which just launched like yesterday, whether it be something like called Curve or Y Curve, Link, Chainlink, a lot of different coins. Okay, I deposit them on a smart contract, which means that I can get it back whenever I want. I still have custody. I'm not going to some bank or calling up some broker. No, that's complete freedom right there, right? Yeah. I'm in and out when I want. At the same time, they're executing what are called these strategies. Okay, and these strategies are using all sorts of techniques, arbitrage, leverage, this and that, to gain more yield for the people who have deposited into this vault. And they're giving people yields that are crushing things like BlockFi, Celsius, crushing anything that's going on in Wall Street from a yield and dividend perspective, like legit, real stuff.
Yeah.
Not talking
how
about
complicated? How complicated is that particular pathway for somebody who has no experience in staking or just knowing how to even store?
What do you mean as far as like getting involved? It's really easy actually. Like if you go to Yearn Finance, and there's been a bunch of copycats. Some of them are legit. Some of them are outright scams. You know, but you really just go, if you're comfortable using Ethereum with like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, you go and you deposit your coin. Like say you have, let's just use Ethereum because it's easy. They just launched Ethereum today. So you got, say you have one Ethereum. You go to Yearn.finance, you connect your MetaMask or your Trust Wallet, and you literally just hit deposit.
This boy
like
says,
you literally hit deposit. Now the gas fees are really high right now. But like right now, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like 70, 80%. Nobody's giving you that on Ethereum right now. Nobody.
Well, you're gonna have to spend like $150.
So
right. The problem is right now it's a big boys game. In my at least earlier or last night it was just insane. I'm talking like $50 a transaction. So you have people. I mean, you know, the people who are just coming in with a little money, it's going to be hard for them to really jump in at this point.
Down, man. I think it'll slow down.
I'm looking at this and it says, you know, it's Yearn Finance $32,000. Like,
don't pay attention to so much to the price. You got to look at the outstanding tokens. Okay, there are only 30,000 tokens.
Well, hold on a second.
I didn't see that.
Hold on a second though. So let me tell you. So that token absolutely blew up. Absolutely, like nobody, like and nothing.
And it wasn't even. It's just a voting, isn't it? Just a voting token.
Well, that's the thing. Hold on a second. It's not just the voting. There's a couple different things that play with. I always use YFI in this example, but a lot of the YFI copycats have a similar structure, maybe some nuance, maybe they're trying different strategies. But essentially, when you hold YFI, yes, you vote, but that vote is powerful. And more importantly, that vote gets you return. So the Yearn has a treasury. And that treasury, you remember I told you about the yield bots that are running and executing strategies? Guess what? Every piece of that money is going into the treasury. So the people who vote, you have to vote on different topics and what's called stake their YFI into a governance vault. You get the vote and you get return. So you're getting, think of it like a stockholder or a dividend, right? You're like a class A holder.
So I didn't get into Yearn. I didn't get into Yearn, but help me understand this. So you're telling me that I can't earn yield without the Yearn token?
No, it's two separate things. Specifically with Yearn Finance, if I've got Ethereum, I think they got Chainlink, they've got whatever, I think they got like 8 or 9 coins. If you just got those coins, you can go deposit and get your return, right?
Right.
If you have YFI, you get to actually influence a lot of the decision making that's going on. And when you deposit your YFI to vote, you get money, part of the revenue that Yearn is generating. So here's an example. Say you got all these people, it's like over $1 billion deposited on Yearn Finance, right? Every one of those, a small percentage is getting put into the Yearn treasury. So then they pay out daily for
only those who
vote YFI. Just for holding it and depositing it to vote. Yeah. And that's got nothing to do. So if I have one Ethereum and you got one YFI, I deposited Ethereum, make yield on that. You don't need YFI for that. Then if you have one YFI, or you can get slices or 0.001, whatever, you deposit, you stake that in the governance, then you get money for that.
So it's like basically you get paid twice. You get paid on the yield from your Ethereum, and then you get paid for contributing to their platform by holding YFI and
Holding
rights.
and voting. Holding and voting. Yeah, for being active. So
like, okay, so probably that's a little bit too deep to go into what you actually voting on and how and stuff like that. But that's something that completely came out of nowhere to me. Now, is that really relatively new, or has that been around for a couple of weeks, couple of months, or what? How old is that Wi-Fi, DeFi, whatever?
Oh, it's maybe 5-6 weeks old at this point.
Really? So
look, it's completely turned its head. Like, DeFi existed before Wi-Fi, but like the way Wi-Fi came in and completely sort of changed. People talk about fair launches and the way Andre put it out there. It completely has changed sort of the fabric or the texture of DeFi at this point. And he's right. He made a really good point about there's only 30,000 coins. So now it's really hard to even get one. And I think a lot of people are even saying that YFI is like the first sort of the OG of the decentralized hedge fund, because that's really all it's doing. So let me tell you something crazy that I didn't even know that I found out today. The vault for Ethereum that was released yesterday, it was written by some smart contract developer, right? So he wrote all this code and is executing these yield generating strategy for Ethereum. Well, guess what? Because he wrote it and the way it's set up with the governance, he's getting a cut of everything.
Like, so that they knew that everybody who viewed the code, they knew that he put a little something in it for
himself. You can't hide anything in the smart contract.
You can't hide anything. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Damn.
So what I'm saying though is, this is the thing. So there have been a lot of forks. There's probably been like 20 forks. It's probably about 4 or 5.
Yeah, I made 4 X on YFFI in 24 hours.
Say again?
Yeah, but to me,
I made 4X on YFFI, just on a pure. I saw it drop. I bought in. I knew it was a mania. I just took advantage of the mania.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but no, I don't. I think. How would you put this, man? How would you explain to a lay person how this whole thing is changed? Because I think we got real deep, and I'm seeing people in the chat room. They're like, what the hell is going on here?
so this is how I would explain it. What's going on with DeFi, Yearn Finance, and I'm just throwing out names so people can go like look, maybe search on YouTube. I don't even have some of the coins of these projects. I'm not trying to share. You look at Curve, you look at Aave, AAVE, Balancer, Compound, obviously Yearn Finance. There's Acropolis. There's probably some other ones. What they're all doing, and I'll tell you who's really mad right now. It's Binance, it's Coinbase, it's decentralized exchanges. Now they're trying to play it cool. But at the end of the day, the real game changer here is Uniswap. So what's really happened is you've gone fully permissionless into not just speculating, but also getting yield. Once you get off Coinbase, I've had people hitting me up like, how do I get into this? Or I want to see. Once you get off Coinbase, like you can do whatever you want. You go on Uniswap, all the coins are on Uniswap. You don't have to go to Binance and get verified and KYC and all this. Nah, just go.
But it's still an issue with converting paper out of your bank account into a stable coin or whatever you're going to use to then be able to participate in that.
No, it's not. That's easy.
It's not?
No, that's the easy part. You can use, I don't use Coinbase, but a lay person can go on Coinbase right now, buy a USDC. That's the only stable coin. Well, they got other ones, but USDC.
No, they got like 4 or 5.
They got a few of them, but you can USDC, and then you can ship that over to Uniswap and get busy. Buy your Ethereum, and then you're there. So
don't confuse them. Ship it over to your Ethereum wallet, then you go to
Right.
Uniswap. I don't want to have people sending money in the contract.
So
That
happened over the weekend. Somebody sent $400,000 to was it Sushi's contract instead of
Sushi's contract.
Yeah, you can't, right. So yeah, you set up a MetaMask wallet in your browser, or there are a number of ways you can do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and now you're on you're out there ready to go. But again, I think that people should probably go the CeFi route first, just to get their feet wet with Celsius, and they've got other. I mean, just to understand the concept. To me, because you can lose all your money if you don't know what you're doing.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is what I would say. Celsius is fine. I like Celsius. I got nothing bad. Mashinsky's running. I mean, full disclosure, I've done some work for Mashinsky. I got nothing bad to say. They're a very well-run organization, very reputable. I mean, just good. That is like he's calling CeFi. So they do take custody of your coins. Okay. And they're going to do them. They're going to give you some return, and they're reputable. They have insurance, all that. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to sort of take it to like the next step, to me, I'm very comfortable with like an Aave, right? Because you can lend your money out like on an Aave. And Aave just got their money license from UK, which is big. Aave is about to do real big things.
Yeah, they are.
You know? So, and you go to Aave, and it's really, really easy. Like they have the rates, they have the borrow rates and the lend rates. And if you've got DAI, they might give you 5% or X% or whatever. You know, would depend on whatever coin you have, and you deposit it. And then, so here's the interesting thing. Now, I'm keeping it simple. You can just deposit. Say you got 100 DAI, it's $100 or 100 USDC or USDT, which is Tether. You deposit it in an Aave. And say it's 5%. You're earning your 5% APR a year. It's better than you're gonna get sitting in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Not in a regular commercial bank. They're not gonna give you anything. Okay. Now, if you want to get cute, what you can do is hold on, I gotta tell people. I gotta tell them. What you can do is
you should say if you want to get ugly, not cute. It can get ugly, bro.
Well, hold on. I just want people to know is you can then leverage. If you got that $100, you can then, there's a slider on Aave that'll say something like, use this collateral. So then what you can do is you can take that $100, and I don't know what the LTV is. Let's say it's 60%. I don't know what it is for USDT, for instance, or whatever, any of the stable coins. Let's say it's 60%. You could then borrow from yourself $60 and go do something else, or borrow $60 worth of Ethereum and go do something else.
So that's yield farming, correct?
No, well, no. You might take that Ethereum and go yield farm with it, you know.
Yeah, so yield farming is a little different. It's like
I
almost
don't talk about you.
Yeah.
Okay,
but that's where all the money been. You don't want to talk about it because that's where we making all the money right now.
Hey, well, watch this. For the average person on this channel here, they're not that deep in the game. So I said, so here's a question here from Mr. Vince Grant. He says, I have 10 Bitcoin. I'm willing to take 3 Bitcoin and buy one of these. I know it isn't financial advice, but I'm willing to do it. What do you guys think?
What are you talking about?
We're talking about Yearn Finance a little bit earlier. I think this is when he mentioned
let me tell you something. This is not financial advice, but I would do it. Okay? I'll tell you why. I think Yearn Finance is one of the biggest things that ever happened to crypto. I mean, Crypto Blood will tell you, like, we've never seen anything like it. And people gonna throw out a lot of big numbers. Okay. Listen, Mike Novogratz today admitted that he got a piece. Okay. That guy always gets a piece of something. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. But he even said, he said something like, I'm invested. I really like the project, but it's too something for a CNBC. It's not ready for mainstream. But my whole thing is this. You want to wait until Wi-Fi on Coinbase? Do you want to wait until,
because it'll be $100,000, $200,000 token at that point. And again, people, but Mike, you laughing, but there's only 30,000 tokens. So
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't agree now.
They can get out of control. Like Yearn could really get out of control on the price.
It really
per dollar per token, I should say, because it's so limited. So don't,
So watch this. So a part of the scarcity of it. So right then and there, they're creating a artificial demand that led to it pumping so fast and so hard. Is it sustainable? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it? I mean, like, is
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have to look at the market cap of it. It's very small.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
Very small.
it's a plus and a minus. It's a plus you're in
Here's an
5 weeks ago,
example.
but it's one of the things where now it's semi sketchy of like, you know, so am I being greedy by going in and chasing it now,
That's
or
what people were
Let
telling
me-
me back
let
in
me give you an
2013
example.
when I was trying to get them in Bitcoin, and it was $85. They were like, "Oh, this $85 for this?
Yeah.
What is
Look,
it?"
let me tell you, let me give you an example. If you look at the high of the bull market from 17 and early 18, okay, Tron. Now I'm not talking bad about Tron, but a lot of people think Tron is a horrible project. Okay, Tron got up to $15 billion
Me included.
market cap. Okay, Yearn right now is $1 billion.
See what I'm saying?
So I think if you ask anybody, even today, even a month later, what's more reputable today, Tron or Yearn Finance? They're gonna say Yearn Finance. So if we get into a bull market, I don't know why I couldn't go.
Not so much even reputable, but which brings more which has more value in the marketplace. It's Yearn. And so I mean, you can put a 15x multiple on Yearn, and you know, you do the math, math on that.
All right, here's another thought here from Rodney Fury. Says, what's the actual use case for a sushi swap token?
Oh, he going deep now.
You have to go there, man. You exposing my money maker, man.
So yeah,
Okay.
educate us on sushi swap.
You can explain it, or I can explain it.
Go ahead, man.
I don't know. So
Go ahead.
sushi swap is essentially, so you got to understand how Uniswap works first to understand what sushi swap did. Okay. So what sushi swap, what Uniswap is essentially like another version of an automated market maker. They're not using your traditional order books with centralized exchanges, right?
Yeah.
And everyone goes to Uniswap, high volume and all that. So whenever the way Uniswap works is you have to provide liquidity to both sides of a trade. So an example would be if I have Ethereum and Link, there's an ETH Link sort of pairing on Uniswap.
Yeah.
Okay. And that pairing, if I wanted to go provide liquidity, if I had equal, it's usually 50-50. If I wanted to go provide liquidity to Uniswap so people can trade, I take a small of every trade because I'm providing Link and Ethereum. I'm taking
You're a market maker. So
I'm a market maker, right?
You basically become a market maker.
You become a market maker just because you put up the collateral, right? And then that collateral is represented by what are called LP tokens. Okay, so these LP tokens, you get a certain amount proportional to the pool for which you're providing liquidity. So what Sushi Swap has done is they said, hey, you come over here and you give us essentially the rights to your liquidity activity. We're going to take over from here. And for doing that, not only are you going to get the same fees you were getting before, but we're going to put somewhat of a multiple on there, and we're going to give you these sushi tokens. And with these sushi tokens, you can buy or sell them, but you can also vote with them.
Yeah.
And you can say, so today, what passed, either today or yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they said, what are the next 5 coins that we are going to add to the sushi farm? And they added like Curve and Serum and some others. But people voted. So you go to the governance portal and see where people voted. So there's value in another coin being like, well, shoot, we want to get on Sushi Swap.
So I'm going to go buy sushi coins to vote.
Right. And so the other thing that's happened as well, though, is those Sushi Swap behind the scenes is actually building something like Uniswap on their own.
Yeah, so that's what people, right.
So what Sushi Swap has done is they've taken like a significant chunk of Uniswap's liquidity and are essentially front running their liquidity and controlling it.
They've taken 67% of Uniswap's liquidity.
Yeah,
So it's locked
it's
up
crazy.
it's locked up in LP tokens essentially over on SushiSwap, and they're in 14 days now. They'll be they'll be shutting down that portion of it, I believe, and then transitioning over to their own version of Uniswap. And people either pull their LP tokens from SushiSwap and go back to Uniswap, or stay there and start a whole new liquidity pool over there at Uniswap.
So
it's
And you
SushiSwap, I
still
should
get
say.
your fees, and then in their Discord today, they were talking about other votes that they want. So to answer the person's question is, SushiSwap is some version of a yield because it's just emitting as you're providing liquidity, and you can just sell it, or you can hold it to vote, or I can tell you it's very early. These tokens could end up being like, hey, if you deposit your sushi here, you get some return on it. Something like what Wifey does, what YFI does, what Yearn this is how I look at it. You got Yearn Finance, they kicked this whole thing off. SushiSwap is like a unique but same version of what Yearn is doing. You got YFV, you got YFII,
You got Yam.
you got
I made
you got
crazy
Yam,
amount of money
you
on
got
Yam.
Cream. So what I'm saying is, no, I mean, none of them are like as big as YFI just because it's like Bitcoin. Like no matter what Bitcoin Cash does, like it's not going to be Bitcoin. So like nobody's going to be YFI. But that doesn't mean that you can't have legit, like Sushi's legit for the most part. They're new, but like a legit
They're legit.
project.
Yeah, they're legitimate.
Yeah. So
the name sounds, but it's like Dogecoin back in the day. Like it was a meme token, but it had a community. Like I was a big Doge supporter. I helped send people to the Jamaican bobsled team, to the Olympics. We donated to that. So it was a community that was built around this meme token.
And it's still around.
There was value, and it's still around.
So I said, so okay, so everything you guys have talked about is literally that's like what's hot right now. So DeFi, basically, there's a passive way of doing it, as you guys say, putting some on Celsius, and then there's an active way of which you can do all these things you guys are talking about. But for your average person who might be open to getting into the game, and so compartmentalize how a person should divvy up, say, just for example, $1,000. You got your bag to hold, your bag to speculate. I mean, so how many compartments would you guys put together for a G, if any, considering you're a newbie?
Well, hell, you can't even move Ethereum across the network with $1,000. They're gonna tax you $1,000 just to move it.
Okay,
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Hold on. Now, if this was a week ago, he's kind of right, to be honest. He's kind of right.
I know. I would say, hell, at least buy one Ethereum. At least buy one whole Ethereum and just
sit on it. So about Ethereum, yes, Ethereum's gonna see. You're gonna see. Yeah, I would buy Ethereum as a proxy bet or hedge or play on the DeFi movement, because let me tell you, and he can even attest to this, we need Ethereum every few hours playing in this game, in this DeFi game, whether it's to transfer or to add more liquidity to a pool. You have to have the same amount of ETH tokens in dollar value as the token that you're looking to add liquidity to. So it's just, man, I see Ethereum, and I'm not I don't like Ethereum, but I see Ethereum going to $2,000 a token easily within 6 months. I mean, I can see it. If this DeFi thing keeps going, man, this is going to continue to go up because there's actual demand for it. They need it. These people need it.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Okay. Listen, so every time.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying, every time I get on, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna hold some Ethereum back because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it every time. What do I end up doing? Pulling up Coinbase, getting some more Ethereum, and sending it back to my wallet, because you just end up, even before the gas fees got crazy, which really they've been high, but I mean they've got bonkers in the last
yesterday and the day before, man.
But even before, I don't even want to say how much I spent. It's been fine the last couple of weeks, I would say, for the most part. Not like crazy, not like all day like it's been, but you need Ethereum.
So, McLovin said ETH equals cocaine. Yeah, that's true.
And the other thing about Ethereum is, I'll tell you what's coming over the next 6 months. Okay, the Yearn Finance Ethereum vault is going to get a lot of people locking up their Ethereum into that vault because it's giving them a return. They're just going to do it. Like, all right, I'll go in there. That's one. The second one is there's what's called EIP, I think it's 1559. And what they're essentially going to be doing is burning Ethereum for transactions, some portion of the fee. So what that's going to do is going to, as a new Ethereum's created every day, if the network utilization is at a certain level on Ethereum, it's going to actually result in less Ethereum than the previous day. So it could end up, depending on the network utilization, making it deflationary in some scenarios. To where, say, if I don't know the specific numbers, but they were pulling out some stats today. Someone showed that, like on a day like today, the number in a 24-hour cycle, if that EIP 1559 was implemented, we actually would have had slightly less Ethereum after 24 hours, even though they admitted some, but because of the burn fees, they can calculate how much would have been burned. So it could keep it flat. And so essentially it really cuts into the Bitcoin narrative about like being deflationary. And at worst, it's going to give it a lower inflation rate than even Bitcoin. And that changes the conversation around money. There's been this whole movement in the Ethereum community, and I'm not an Ethereum maximalist. It's the best place to do stuff right now. There's been a whole movement about ETH is money. And when you can start saying things like, there's a deflationary aspect to
it is money. I agree.
Like, I do money.
Yeah. I mean, I accept, like, I do a lot of stuff, consulting or just my businesses and stuff that I accept. Man, I accept Ethereum, or I price my stuff in Ethereum. It's just easier to price it in Ethereum. So money is whatever two people decide it is. You know what I'm saying? It does. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a medium of exchange. So it is money. So it's expensive money, but it's money.
I want to finish the point so people understand. Yeah. The YE vault on Yearn Finance, that's a big demand. The EIP 1559, that's going to, it's not a demand thing, but it reduces supply of Ethereum, right? Because it's being burned off or keeping it flat. And then you have Ethereum 2 staking coming up, and they're in testnet right now for the end of the year. Well, what does that mean? To become an Ethereum validator, you need 32
ETH. Yeah.
Right? So you're going to have a lot of people trying to, get 32 ETH. And then on top of that, they're going to take Ethereum and lock it up so they can get returns for running a validator node.
Yeah, so but I think there's going to be downward. I think there's going to be downward. So I think, and my man Rodney Fury talked about this. He said hold ETH 1 until ETH 2.0. I think that is a good strategy, because I actually think the price of Ethereum 2.0 will be lower in the short term. Maybe not, it'll drop down, then start slowly going back up. But I think you're going to see a difference in price when ETH 2.0 comes around, because you're not going to be reliant on Ethereum to do all these actions on the network.
Will it be two different coins, ETH 1 and ETH 2?
No, it's going to migrate to one coin. It'll be one coin by the time the whole migration comes.
You're just going to have so much ETH locked up. You're still going to have activity going on ETH. So you have the demand for activity is going to either sustain or go up, while the supply is going to reduce because of validators, because of vaults being locked up. I mean, why? Look at today. I'm just telling you. How many Ethereum validators do you think they're going to have? They're going to have thousands, and it's that. Do the math. You're just going to have people locking up Ethereum.
So 10 Pound, my man 10 Pound said ETH will be capped in ETH 2.0. I think it will be. It will be, but I don't know. I just don't. We'll see. It's just an experiment. We'll see where the price goes.
What do you mean by cap?
And this is the other thing I would say. Go ahead.
As far as supply. Okay. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
If you wanna make a bet that's not, and you can't get this on Coinbase yet. You can get it on Kraken. If you want like a where are they going, sort of like what's next, or I mentioned Cosmos and Polkadot earlier. I think if you want to hold Cosmos and Polkadot, go get it. Because eventually they're already building bridges with Cosmos, Polkadot, and Ethereum. I think they're all going to be like this much larger ecosystem. And the other thing about about Polkadot is, once again, Polkadot is a staking and governance token as well. So Polkadot's, there's a utility for that coin. And you're going to need Polkadot for a lot of things. So just look at Polkadot, look at Cosmos, see what they're doing. Very legitimate projects. They're all about what's called interoperability. And they're trying to be interoperable with Ethereum. Right now, everybody wants to bridge to Ethereum because that's where everybody's at. Now, some people are going to go to Polkadot and do stuff in Cosmos or Near or something like that. You know, that could be something.
Hey, low blood pressure. You say, listen, Polkadot, Cosmos, silly names. Yeah, they said Google was a silly name too, right? Remember that? Come on, low blood.
You better look up Polkadot. You
better get with crypto blood.
Hey, man.
Oh man, good stuff. So man, yeah.
Man,
so
you got some funny comment. I'm just watching this channel. The chat room is going.
Hey, okay, so watch this for some fun, some giggles. Joe said, what I've done the last couple of days, I've opened up, the microphone to either call in or check in via video with a question. So I figured I'd do the same thing tonight. So if anybody has a question or a thought to share within under, say 100 seconds, a quick minute and a half, give or take, feel free to chime in, and I'll put you on the screen for a quick minute if you guys want to ask a question. Just because I think this is about educating yourself, and that's what this is meant to do. So. Anybody want to join the video real quick? Feel free to click in, and I'll add you on, and we'll go from there. Man. So let me ask you a question, gentlemen. So we have the finance. So the financial realm is being completely unraveled right now, and we're being headed into this new Yearn, DeFi, whatever they're gonna call it. So and it's literally the beginning phase. Mm-hmm. Where does that leave us as far as like actually spending and using coins for shopping? So right now everything is literally financially, people are investing and trying to grow their portfolios and their bags. What about spending? Or is that something that's not necessarily needed now? Or perhaps people do spend? Is it safe to spend?
I think I probably have a contrarian view on the spending aspect of cryptos. I think actually you're going to see stable coins be the predominant factor when it comes to that. Like I see the normal person, everyday person actually using stable coins at like brick and mortars or point of sale. They're most likely going to use stable coins, and they'll have their what am I getting?
Oh, so no, we got
I got a mask on. Hey,
you low blood pressure
you got
real
a mask
quick.
on the video.
You got a mask.
I don't want. Look, this is like the fake disease. Talk about the fake money, cryptocurrency.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, low blood pressure is not a big fan.
Hey, I believe more in COVID. It's more real than crypto.
Low blood pressure to the building, man.
I knew there had to be low blood pressure, man.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Give us up. What's in your mind, man? Give some talk about as you put it, cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency. I'm a crypto hater. Okay, I don't like this stuff. I think it's a scam. But I gotta admit, I don't have as much education as you guys, so I'm not gonna say I know it all.
You don't need education, bro.
But how? What I don't understand is how do you enforce the smart contract? What legislative body's gonna? If I scam you on a smart contract, who's gonna enforce that?
Well,
what do you mean by
smart contract?
Yeah, I always hear people saying the fancy words: smart this, smart that, smart contract. Maybe I just don't get it. But you go into an agreement.
It's a piece of code. It's a piece of code.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, two parties go into an agreement, right?
Yeah.
And one of them reneges in the smart contract. Say we're trading gold for crypto or whatever, and one party goes through and the other party doesn't go through or doesn't do exactly what the contract says. Who enforces those things?
All right.
Well, in a scenario like, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Let's do it over air. So I'm gonna take you off and let's do it over air. Low blood pressure.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the question.
Thanks.
All right, answer that real quick. Then we got another gentleman.
Yeah,
on the phone here.
in his scenario, you would have it where both parties would have to lock their asset in the smart contract before it's actually initiated. So that's how you can't have one without the other. It will be that type of relationship.
Yeah, I agree. It's the smart contract is the one that says, "Oh, you good? Oh, you good?" If we're
Right.
not both good, nothing's going to happen. That's how you enforce it. And instead of a person, oh, let me check your paperwork, like all this nonsense in a big building using old systems. Nah, you don't have that. You got your tokens. You signed that you own them. Are we good? Oh, we're good. Done. That's it. So,
Good-
and
good-
then you don't the
Like an
network
escrow,
is
right?
executed.
Dewan Trade says like an escrow, right? It's a digital escrow. 10 pounds.
Yeah.
What's
Like,
good, baby?
y'all hear me? We good?
I can, my man. What's on your mind tonight? Share a thought or a comment or a question. What you got?
Yeah, man. It's this archaic thought about, you know, the old system being the way it is continuing on. You know, like, have you guys heard about the new banking law that they just brought into order, like that they just brought to the floor? It's already written.
What you know?
What
Speed
you
us
know?
up
Oh,
on
what
that.
about-
I didn't hear about this.
Well, I think it's actually pre-written. It's not on the floor yet because there's a vacation going on the Congress right now. Everybody's like, you know,
In the Hamptons.
yeah.
They're so stressed from working.
Stress related or what? Or the
Hmm?
Bank for All Act? Or what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. The Banking for All Act, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that? I didn't hear about this.
Well, pretty much they're going to guarantee everybody a digital bank account, and this is going to be interoperable over the blockchain. And it's,
Okay. Yeah, that's part of Fed Now. I've been covering that for a while. That must be part of Fed Now, the new system it's the new settlement system that's going to be instantaneous. All settlements and transactions will be settled instantaneous. And I'm from what I can see, it's going to be some type of blockchain that's utilized for that. So I can see that. Absolutely. That's supposed to be ready in 2024.
2024. We ain't gonna have enough time. They're gonna.
Hey, by that time it's gonna.
I'm gonna
be.
be.
done and over with.
Yeah, I'm. It don't even matter to me at that point.
they're
The way
rolling
this
this
is
out
going.
ASAP. They're saying that next stimulus payments are going to be using this system. Like they're going to.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Let me see the government pull that off. They can't even give people checks, and they're gonna give people
Yeah, that's
electronic
not gonna
money.
happen.
But but you watch this. That bill he's referring to was presented to the Senate in March 23rd of this year, which means it was already well written and put out there. And so maybe the Fed already have the infrastructure set up because they're experimenting. So they're telling us that they're starting to look at different chains or whatever. But
Let me tell you something.
once again, this is all part of their plan in the first place.
Listen. Listen. They can pass whatever bill they want.
Yeah.
They can pass that bill today or a year ago. It doesn't matter. They don't have the infrastructure set up
To roll it out.
They don't.
With this, the internet itself is pretty much built on top of federal contracts. So the fact that we're using this communication protocol, and not only that, the federal government also financed the establishment of TorNet. Like the Navy pretty much runs TorNet. Are we going to pretend like they don't have the infrastructure when TorNet literally?
But you're saying that took, look how long that's been out though. Tor's been out forever.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So what I'm saying, what I think we're saying is that actually rolling something out to 300 million people, or let's just say all working class, 150, 160 million people, it's not going to happen. It's just going to take too long.
It's not going to take. Look.
It's not going to happen overnight. Is what I'm saying.
Still ain't got their stimulus checks. Okay, I'm talking to me about sending people electronic money, and people ain't even got their stimulus checks yet.
And that's why
many people haven't gotten their unemployment check.
Media is hyping the Fed accounts up now, saying that because the archaic banking model is so old and outdated, we need to really get this thing cranked up. So they're putting the image or the facade that they are working on it now. But once again, things get bad enough. Won't be surprised if one day that Steve Mnuchin say that the Fed is ready to regulate.
I'm just laughing at they're still trying to wrap their head around regulation for Bitcoin, and we done already moved on to DeFi. What they so far behind.
Man, I appreciate you for joining us, my friend.
Before I go, I want to talk about that DeFi bubble because I got into sushi and I actually made a substantial amount of profit, man. Like I followed that call.
Hey, man, there you go.
Thank you.
Hey, there you go.
But I gotta say though, these interest rates that they are broadcasting right now on
I'm
Sushi
getting them.
Swap, 1,000% APY, bro, unsustainable.
20 okay,
Okay,
but
well,
20
hold on,
but I'm taking out every
me-
24 hours. I'm cashing out. So
But yeah,
be-
take your profits. But let me explain something to you real quick. Why that you're right, it's not sustainable. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it is.
it may be
But what I
sustainable
can
for the
tell
next
you
couple of
is,
days.
it's going to be longer than that. I mean, even if it's 100%, that's way better than what you're going to get out in the street. So you think about it like this: if you look at the traditional finance space, they're very inefficient, and they still haven't found a way to get yield. So yeah, the interest rate in dividends and yield is going to come down in DeFi over time, right? At the same time, DeFi is going to continue to eat existing business models, and they're going to be inefficient. And then as they get more and more efficient and the yields come down, they're just going to keep eating and eating more and more of traditional finance. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You look at, they're adding collateral debt swaps, right? That was recently added to Aave, credit delegation,
Man, it's over, bro.
derivatives, all sorts of stuff is coming. And
That the
they're gonna do
average
that
person
more
never had
efficient.
access to before.
Uh,
It's all three of us who are in this space, man. We could never be a market maker in a market of $1 billion market. I could never be a market maker. I would have to come in with 100 million, 200 million minimum.
Yeah.
Now I can come in and enjoy the same type of returns. It's crazy, man.
It's very early, man. There's a lot to disrupt.
Well, how about this? The fact that there's 1,000 sushi being minted at every single block. Of Ethereum, pretty much hyperinflating the sushi supply, pretty much driving the price down, suppressing the price, because this is essentially a derivative. Sushi is a derivative of all these other cryptocurrency tokens that aren't even tied to DeFi. Some of them aren't, at least, but most of them are, I have to say. Like Chainlink, not really involved in DeFi. Like
but Chainlink has immense value in the cryptocurrency
DeFi
space.
ecosystem. Yeah,
DeFi literally runs on Chainlink.
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
so for the price aggregation, that's about it.
What do you mean?
Other things. There are other things as well.
So, my man, I appreciate you for joining. Definitely keep in mind for the next one. So.
He knows what's going on.
Oh yeah, I have him on my show all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's my guy.
Till next time. All right, peace.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, so yeah,
we went extremely. I tell people all the time, Chainlink's not DeFi, but at the same time, Chainlink is this is the thing. Data trust is probably the most critical thing in crypto. The fact that you can trust that a number represents what it's supposed to represent. And that's what Chainlink is essentially guaranteeing, right? Right now it's with prices, like prices of cryptocurrencies and different sort of things. Well, that's so basic. They're going to I don't even own much Chainlink, so I'm not here I'm just saying.
I don't either. I don't own any. Yeah, I don't own any.
Like, I barely own enough to care, is what I'm saying. Like, maybe like $100 to $200. Just so you know, but like, seriously, Chainlink, what they're building is a trustless data layer, which is crazy. And everyone uses them. And I'm just saying, like, that they're going to really, really disrupt. So if you just want to hold a coin, Chainlink is something like for people who they want to play, but they don't want to get in the sandbox. They want to watch the sandbox, the crazy people in the sandbox.
Yeah.
Chainlink, Ethereum, obviously, DOT, just things that are going to be massive plays. Protocol builder, I call Ethereum, Polkadot, Cosmos, Cardano builder protocols.
I like how you keep skipping over EOS though, man. I ain't heard you say EOS all night. I've been waiting.
I'm not saying EOS.
I've been waiting. I'm like, this guy keeps skipping over the alphabet letter E.
I'm not a fan of them. They're always scheming with their block producers and all this collusion and all this. I don't trust them.
You don't have to like EOS, but EOS.io is the truth.
That's my opinion. You can have your opinion. Okay.
So my only thing is about EOS is that Brock Pierce, Dan Larimer, the tether issues from that
has nothing to do with EOS.
But no, but I'm saying, but they're the same. No. But I'm saying, but they're the same creators, right? Are they not involved?
It's all open source though. It's out in the wild. They created the core software. They put it out to the community, and the community they'll make updates and stuff. But the community is running EOS.io. Has nothing to do with Block One.
You got This is the one thing about crypto. People love to latch on to hating certain personalities.
Right.
But if there's any space where you can separate the personality from the cryptocurrency, it's crypto. Because at the end of the day, whether it's Larimer or Brock Pierce or Vitalik or Roger Ver or Craig CSW, some people hate those people, some people don't like those people. The whole point is, regardless of whatever they do, the code is the code. It's all open source.
The code is
Hey, Rodney, don't buy sushi. Don't buy sushi, the token, though.
You gotta farm sushi.
Go farm it. Do not go buy sushi, the token.
Save a man some money there. So we got another Vince Grant. So we'll go a couple more minutes, fellas, and we can dial back. Vince Grant, how you doing, my friend? What are your thoughts? What do you want to share?
Hey, good. No, I'm excited about this year in finance. I'm just looking at it right now. I just picked up one.
Damn.
Yeah. I made the move, man. I'm like, I like these boys.
Wow.
I'm gonna make the move. Yeah.
I just picked up one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm looking at the vault right here, and do you guys have any advice on this year in vault?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the returns are, and I don't know if you have those coins right now. Let me go to their site. I mean, if you got ETH, they got 90. Put your ETH in there. They got Curve, DAI, a bunch of stable coins, and A-Link.
Yeah, I killed it on Theta. I almost doubled up on Theta. I bought it at like 22 or 26, and it's all the way up to like almost 50. That Big Swear always talks about Theta. He says it's the co-creator of YouTube started Theta Coin.
He did not.
Man, listen. Once again, separate the person.
Separate the person from the tech. Like
from the tech.
Yeah, like my man, he doesn't like EOS. I'm sure it's because of technical reasons and voting or delegating, whatever. But if a person have an opinion about the tech, then that's what I love about blockchain. You know, it's no opinions. It's all black and white, ones and zeros and ones, man. It's just...
So tech-wise, what do you guys think is like the number one technology? Probably just Ethereum, right?
No, I don't think so. But he does.
Well, if it's okay. If you want community, there's nothing that's stopping Ethereum right now.
That's what they said about Netscape. But that's what they said about Netscape back in 1995 too. Best browser ever. Nothing's gonna top Netscape. I can't believe you would say something like that.
No. Don't take my words. What I'm saying is, right now in this moment, there's nothing better to use than Ethereum right now, because that's where the people, that's where the projects, that's where the dApps are, that's where the money is. That's not to say that there isn't a better technology. Are there better technologies? Yes, from a speed and feed perspective. Yes, there are.
And also also usability is it's more than just speed.
Hey, if the internet goes down, I got a bunch of silver back here in my vault.
Hey, he ready.
Hey,
get your weight up.
Hey, if the internet go down, bruh, we all in trouble. I'm coming with my gun and I'm taking you.
I got those too.
Oh, okay, good. We're gonna have a shootout then. So it's about who got more. What it's about.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, y'all. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys answering those questions.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my man. All right, gentlemen. So we're going over an hour, man. So this is fun. So definitely we touched on more than covering. But
what's my man name? What's your name?
Alan. Yeah.
Okay, Alan. All right, Alan. Yeah, good talking with you tonight.
Man. Yeah, everybody's on Twitter, man. Y'all gotta connect and rap, man. So I know.
Yeah, I'll find you on Twitter. I'll follow you on there. I mean, it ain't. For some reason, I ain't seen you on there, but Twitter decides who your friends are. People say that all the time. They send you. However they calculate all that stuff. But I'll find you on there. You probably follow EOS. Maybe I'll just go to their followers.
That's all you got to do. Had Brock on a couple times, hey, I got it tatted on my chest.
I saw Larimer talking to Ivan on Tech,
Yeah, I saw that. No, they're making a little PR run. They've been doing a lot of interviews lately. I don't know.
Okay, so
listen, I'm not an EOS fanboy. I'm just saying, I think EOS is a superior blockchain, and along with a couple others. 10 Pound that was just on. He's a coder as well. He doubted it for years. I've been telling, man, look at EOS. Now he loves it. So you just look into it.
What are your thoughts on Voice, that project that they are?
I haven't used it, but they're hyping it.
Yeah, I was invited to the beta a few months ago. I didn't do it because at that point they want to do like full KYC and all this other stuff.
That's still the case.
That's the other thing with EOS. Now, hold on. Now we're gonna stop. They want you to like, sign up for an account and pay $1 on PayPal. Like, if that's what I got to do to use crypto, I might as well use PayPal. What is that, man?
Bro, you didn't probably spend $1,000 a day in transactions for a free account on Ethereum.
Hey, that doesn't matter.
So I would rather pay $1 for an account and be able to go back and forth for free than to pay $1,000 like we paid today. I know you. I know I did. So okay.
All right. So watch this. Last thought here. So Darren Lewis says, please give your thoughts on AGI.
I don't know about that one. AGI.
I don't even know what that is.
What is that one?
So yeah, I don't know what it is either. So I thought I would just ask that, but I don't know if that's a coin, a token, or what. But no clue. 10 pound making it. Well, gentlemen, so let's leave. So if we got some newbies out there who might be interested now and just speculating a little bit, what so Alan, you threw out a couple coins that you like just to sit and hold and let the people who are heavily active, such as you guys, do what you do, adding value to those coins that they're holding as more popularity and more people, starting to get involved. So what are some coins that might be worth, 1 or 2 coins that might be worth just buying and holding and while you continue to learn?
Yeah. So let me go real quick. I think for sure Ethereum, as we talked about earlier, that's a good proxy play on the whole DeFi movement. Telos, a big sleeper, market cap, I think under 5 million or something. It's a sister chain of EOS.io or EOS. Free account setups with them. They have an excellent governance model. They're a sleeper. People should look into Telos. I'm sorry. And shoot, man, go get some Yearn. I don't know. Go just do your research, man, and follow Crypto Blood. I'll tell you what to do.
He'll tell you what to do.
Right.
Like I was saying, Ethereum. If you can get on Kraken or I think Binance, it'll get on chain. I mean, it'll get on Coinbase eventually. But I think Polkadot, which is DOT, Ethereum, Chainlink, those are very safe plays.
Yeah,
right.
Chainlink's safe play.
Cosmos, safe plays. You don't have to do anything. If you can get a slice of Yearn, you don't have to get a full one. Dude just went and bought a full one. But listen, this is the other thing. If you want to learn about something, there's no other better. There's one of the best things to do is to put money into it. Once you own something, you're gonna pay attention to it because it's like you put your money into it, right? So if you want to learn about everything that's going on in the Polkadot universe, get some Polkadot. If you want to learn about everything that's going on in Cosmos, get some Cosmos, right? Everything that's going on with Chainlink and the Link Marines and that whole Twitter scene and all their data stuff, get some Link. Ethereum, if, just learn about this stuff, just put some, it don't have to be a lot. Yeah. It'll help you learn. And as you learn and experience these different coins, even if you just hold them and don't even get to using them, you'll end up in a place where you have your own opinion, like I do, like Crypto Blood does. You might all end up loving EOS,
I agree with them on Polkadot though. That's a promising project for sure. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, what about somebody says VeChain, Zcash, C5, Cardano, Tezos yielding 4%? So a lot of people.
I like Cardano. I'm a fan of Cardano. I always forget them. I put Cardano right up there with Polkadot. Even though a lot of people don't like Hoskinson and all that, but they're going to be interoperable. They're going to do cross chain. I like Cardano.
In what? In 10 years?
Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay.
Hey man, it's been great.
Good time, I don't even own Cardano, so it's not like I'm just trying to push bags. I don't own any right now.
I'm not playing, but I know you. He's very smart. Hoskins is very smart. Very smart guy.
Polkadot is on Binance now, right? Isn't it Binance USA?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is.
A low blood pressure, just in case you care. Binance is so we didn't get on DEX either, decentralized exchanges. So Yeah, or
Uniswap is the one that's on fire right now. Uniswap.
Yeah, but then what the gas fees for that though? Like, is that still a problem, or is that because don't you have to use Ethereum?
It fluctuates. Yeah, you have to use Ethereum.
Yep. You have to use Ethereum.
It's a DApp built on the Ethereum network.
To go to uni right now, man.
I am too.
The gas fees are too high.
You can put in the wrong contract. You can.
More.
Yeah.
Like, don't go into being LPs like liquidity provider. Like, to me, I'd rather people, if you get Link or you get Ethereum, put it into like a Yearn Finance. There's also like YF Value or something like that. They got a lot of different vaults that you can like. Just don't be an LP. Find something.
He's saying don't be an LP, guys, because then that cuts into our product.
It's not.
That cuts into our.
What I'm saying is, like, I don't want to. They get in there and they get into the wrong pool on some random project, and then they get IL or something like that. Impermanent loss.
Impermanent loss.
Like, nobody told me about. Like, I just deposit into safe stuff where you don't have to pair it and you get some return, and just keep researching and learning. Put it like this. Put in more time than you're putting in money, and you'll end up with a better place.
Alan, you got low blood pressure. Say he's maxing out his credit card for Polkadot.
Oh, he's maxing his credit cards out for silver all the time.
I don't know about you, man.
Hey, man.
Didn't he call cryptocurrencies trash and said they were a scam?
Cryptocurrency.
He calls it cryptocurrencies, bro. He is hilarious.
Watch this. We got one call. Let's take a call. Then we'll dial back, man. We've been here forever. But hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, man. I'm calling from Santa Monica, California. A former Detroit like himself.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So what's in your mind, my friend? What are your thoughts for these gentlemen? Or question?
I'm just so impressed that you guys had so much language that I've never heard before, and that you're so way ahead of the curve. If I was next to you guys, I would be handing you my cash.
You'll be rich. You'll be rich.
How do we get in touch with
I
y'all?
ain't saying all that. People try to give it.
We got Crypto Blood on YouTube, so look for Crypto Blood.
So my channel is more focused on. I just do more news related stuff, like macro perspective of the cryptocurrency markets. I don't shield coins. I don't typically talk about coins that I buy and stuff like that. So if you want to just find out more about what's going on in the industry, as from like a top level perspective, you can check me out on Crypto Blood on YouTube.
Yeah, and then we got the real Alan.
You know what?
Real Alan Henna on Twitter.
What's better than your breed is your beautiful red cap. Okay.
The red wing.
That's right.
Hey, so yeah, I'm gonna do my best to have these gentlemen, drop on the channel more often and share some nuggets and keep you guys educated. So I apologize for waiting so long as things are heating up. I just couldn't help myself. I want to learn my dang self. So
anytime, man. Anytime you want me on,
I want to hear a great story.
Whatever.
All right, say again.
I was at the dealers this morning getting my BMW tuned up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this kid pulls in with this like triple huge BMW I've never seen before. It sounded like a spaceship coming in.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Nashville plates on, and he comes over to me and says, "Hey, how you doing today?" I'm going, "Hey, I'm fine." He goes, "What's your name?" I said, "Hey, it's Felix, right?" He goes, "Oh, my name is TJ." And I said, "What's going on?" He says, "Well, I just came out here. I'm running a hedge fund for a big Bitcoin firm." And I said, "Wow, well, give me a tip." And he said, "DeFi is the way on, and Ethereum is the gateway by which that's happening right now." So,
yep, he's spot on. That's what we just talked about. Buy Ethereum as buy Ethereum as a proxy trade.
Right, appreciate you calling and sharing your thoughts. All right, gentlemen. So, man, all right. Well, as always, that was fun, man. I enjoyed it. Let's do it again sometime soon. So, everybody tuning in, appreciate you guys for hanging out and all the questions and thoughts and chats and everything like that. It was fun. Hopefully, you left smarter than you came in, and that was a goal. So, I know I definitely did. So, about to go give you some polka dots, some chain link, and everything else. So, but no, gentlemen, appreciate you as always. Let's do it.
Alan, nice meeting you. Mike, as always. I'll catch you guys.
For sure. Be good, guys.
Holla.